John Summers self-introduction speech. Hi everyone, my name is John Summers and I'm in my first semester and pursuing a technical degree in HVAC. I live in a small town. I have two awesome teenagers that live with me, a 15-year-old daughter and a 17-year-old son. And I am pursuing a new career, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about my work history. I was born in 1960 and raised on a farm, and I remember that my first chore duties were to do the dishes and clean up the kitchen with my sister while my parents were outside tending to the livestock. As I grew a little bit older, I graduated to chore boy, where at that point I learned the responsibilities of taking care of animals that were totally dependent on you. As I grew a little older, my responsibilities got more. I started operating the farm equipment, and I learned many other skills, from carpentry to welding, electrical, plumbing, soil testing, and even chemical and fertilizer analysis. At age 25, I had been in the marketing side of the business. I was doing accounting, and I was co-operating and managing, which back then was considered a fairly large farm family operation. As my family grew, so did their needs. So at that time, I took a job opportunity in the RV industry. There I could bring home a weekly paycheck. I had better health benefits, and there was also a chance for advancement in the company. My first job there was as a trimmer in a Class A motorhome. I also learned many of the aspects of the interior side of a motorhome. I learned how to put many parts in, appliances, entertainment systems, furniture, doors and drawers. Pretty much learned that whole area. Before, my second opportunity was as a team leader of that department. When I became team leader of that department, I had to start practicing on my management skills. And that's where I learned to work with people more. As my management skills improved, I was offered a job as a line supervisor, which was over approximately a quarter of the production line. Now I had been familiar with all of that area, but now I was over 5 departments and 25 to 30 people. So there was a lot more skills involved there. I learned how to coordinate different departments together. I learned inventory management, and I learned purchasing. I worked with almost every aspect of the company. I worked with purchasing, I worked with engineering, I worked with research and development, quality control. I was basically the link between upper management and lower management. I also had to occasionally sit in on executive meetings, and even on occasion meet with the president of the company, who was actually the owner. So therefore, my personal skills and my people skills were much more involved. Now, with the crash of the economy, so came the decline of the RV industry, as you probably all heard. At that point, I'd been at the company for 14 years, and they were still operating, and I still had a job as a manager. But I decided that it was time to pursue another direction in my career. And that brings me to present time. Now, back in March of this year, I got the opportunity to co-founder a limited liability company that specialized in the installation of geothermal heating and cooling systems, among other high efficiency systems. And I also had the opportunity to come back to school and get an education on HVAC. And I plan to take that education that I have and apply apply all of the skills that I've learned in the past 40 years, put that towards this business, and I'm sure it's going to be an exciting and rewarding adventure. I get to work with some outstanding people who have basically the same goal as I do, and that is to provide an opportunity for our children to succeed and a place for them to start, as did our parents several years ago.